Welcome to Inside Sim Racing. I'm Sean Cole, and it was just the other day that I was telling you how excited I get when I get to review another wheel. And I got a package today from Thrustmaster, which is a little small to be an entire wheel, but a lot of speculation as to what this could be, and I have a hunch that it is the new Formula One wheel, the replica Ferrari 150 Italia. And I'm going to do something I don't do a lot on the show, but I'm just going to open this sucker up right in front of you and tell you what we see. And kind of just go live and try not to cut myself or do anything terribly stupid. So we've got a lot. Well, let's just go ahead and do this like a kid would do it, because that's the way I am. So a lot of peanuts in my packaging box here, and it reveals a much smaller box inside. I do already have a T500RS wheel from Thrustmaster, and when keeping my contact there, made sure that I got the replica wheel that should interchange with this. So we're going to open it up and see what the instructions say about that. So I am very excited about this. I am a big fan of the T500, and this should really change it. I've been driving a lot of Formula One 2011 lately, and I think this will make things just a little more exciting if I had to guess. This is my first look at the wheel. Oh, this doesn't even look like a normal wheel when it's packaged. I know people who bought the replica Ferrari wheels to put in a case, and right off the bat, this sort of looks like one of those, like a faux. Wow, all right, you're looking at it before me. I won't be selfish. I won't be selfish. I'd like to take a good look, but there you go. Now, I've heard a lot about this wheel. Andreas covered it at Monza. Everything else, though, on the outer rim are this is actually a knob that turns. Wow. We got a button. This one's labeled N, pit, pump, little hat switch here, K. This is called diff in, and it spins, which is kind of cool. Got another hat switch down here, -1, +10, DRS, that's the button I've been needing, and PL, and another spinning dial here. And then we have 3 monetary switches, so they click back. They click and then automatically return. Very cool on the front side. Flipping it around on the back, you can see the paddle shifters, which means, and they have this rocker action that I've heard about, but I haven't felt, so we'll have to see how that works out. I think that's something that allows you to shift the other direction when you're over 180 degrees. And then you've got the mechanism with the little S-Video type plug, it's not S-Video, on the inside. So as you can see, it's a pretty snazzy wheel. I'm kind of getting my first look at it in real life right here, and I'm very eager to see how this thing mounts onto the T500. I do have some instructions here, so let's see how complex this is going to be, because let's do some driving. And let's see here. Before installing the blah, blah, blah. You know how good I am with instructions, by the way, if you watch the show. You know what? This is looking like something I better at least read to not screw up. So I'm going to take a quick commercial break. When I come back, I will have figured out the instruction manual, and we're going to go ahead and show you how to mount the wheel to the T500.
Open Wheeler is not just another racing seat. It's made with the input of real racing fans who know the mechanics of racing. The Open Wheeler can be used by almost anybody, from a small child to a fully grown adult. Just like the seat in a real car, Open Wheeler has a wide range of adjustable positions, just like a real car, including the angle of the seat up and back, and the pedal distance and wheel height. Open wheeler is super light and it only weighs about 50 pounds, and it's really easy to move around the house with its built-in wheels, and it folds down for easy storage.
Welcome back to the show. So I have read the instructions, well, most of them, and I know I'm going to need a screwdriver, so that's very important. And I am downloading the software, so there was an update, and the instructions said to go to the website, do that. I actually just pulled up my profiler, and it had an update button. I'm trying out that route. So while that downloads, I'm going to go ahead and get into the install phase. And first, it said to turn this upside down. I do have it on, so I'm kind of fighting it a little bit, which could get interesting.
You should turn it off.
Okay, well, yeah, so probably a good idea. I'm going to change that and turn off the power. So now I can put it upside down, and there is a small screw, which, funny enough, I never really noticed before. And it's a Phillips, or a cross-headed screwdriver, depending on who you are, and who you're talking to. 3 turns are enough. Do not completely unscrew this screw. To untighten the wheel, turn the ring clockwise. There it is. There it is. Oh! Very interesting. I did not expect that. And bam, the wheel is off, just like that. And you can see it has the same connector on the inside. So now we can put that down, bring in the F1 wheel, and put it on, and screw this. That's actually pulling the wheel in. If you look, you can see it's kind of pulling the wheel in, so I'm not putting it onto that electrical connection. It was pulling itself on. And get it to the 180 point like we were, snug like it was when I tried to take it off. Bam. Tighten the screw. This screw is not holding it on. It is just setting that ring in place. So don't go crazy on that screw. Just tighten it down. That's more than adequate. We're on. And just in the nick of time, because our software is now done and ready for us. So let's go ahead and click next. Installation wizard complete. Okay. Completely changes the look of the T500. What had been a very large wheel is now much smaller. So the instructions actually were real clear to go update the firmware. And I loaded pulled up my profiler because I already had the driver installed, and it showed an update. So I updated my driver, but that did not take care of the firmware. And it looks like the firmware was included in the drivers. And then if you go to the start menu, you have a Thrustmaster folder, which then shows firmware updates. And I now see the F1 wheel pictured on that screen. I'm going to adjust my degrees of rotation to something very more Formula One, like 270 degrees, I like. Full functioning. I have no buttons lit up that aren't supposed to be. And I can see every button. And they did this exactly like I want. You can see that this is showing up with this dial is button 17. Down is button 16. Up is 14. Down is 15. So this is just sort of like pressing a button, spinning the dial. But that's cool. I kind of wish they had done that with these, to be honest with you, instead of the faux ones. Another thing to see right off the bat is the static paddle shifters are showing as buttons 22 and 23 versus 1 and 2 for the paddle shifters. So that's going to do it for the unboxing of the Ferrari F1 add-on wheel. You can see it's pretty simple. We got force feedback, the driver all installed. I got the firmware all updated. It looks like the only thing left to do is some driving. So I'm going to go ahead and fire up some Codemasters Formula 1 2011, maybe pick the Ferrari by chance, and turn a lap. I'll put that lap online so you can see how it all worked out. Go ahead and go to our website at InsideSimRacing.tv. We're going to have more videos about driving this wheel. We're going to have a full review. For now, I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.